So, this next section is a cracking little workshop that I would like you to think about taking back to your practice, running with your own teams on how we use AIDA. And take some notes along here, and then you can download some stuff later on as well. So make your objective at the start of this, recruit so many additional new teenage contact lens wearers in a week. And how are you going to do it? You could do it with point of sale material. You could do it with scripts. Scripts are incredibly valuable. Sarah was talking about scripts earlier, wasn't she? Really, really important to get your scripts right, particularly on the phone. Very, very quick story to illustrate. I was in Northern Ireland working with a friend of mine, and he said, will you mystery shop the opposition for me? Nothing I like doing more. I had about 80 IELTS tests last year. And I sat in a coffee shop and phoned up practices, and I said, I'm new to the area. The guy I work with has recommended you very, very strongly, and he said I should have some of them varifocal things. And I shut up. Now, in about 80% of the practices, the answer I got was along the lines of, Michael does those, but he's busy. A few said, Michael does those, but he's not in today. And one said, I'll tell you whatever you like, sir. May I ask why you're interested? And I said, well, he tells me it would be a good idea. Why does he do that? Because I keep taking my glasses off in meetings, and it's driving him up the wall. Oh, so you read without your glasses on? Yes. Does that mean you're short-sighted? Think so. So you can see without your specs and you put your glasses on to go down the road? Yes. Right. Does it annoy you that you keep taking your glasses off? Well, now he mentions it. Yes, it does. I'm thinking, this lady's good. So, does it annoy you? Yes. Now, she says, I think varifocals, from what you've said so far, would be a really good idea for you, but I'll tell you what, even if you want them, you can't have cheap ones. Why is that? She said, well, take your glasses off. So I did. She said, now have a look down at the table in front of you. Don't move your head around much. You can see all the table, can't you? Yeah. She said, now put your specs back on. So I'm there. Okay. Yeah. She said, cheap varifocals have only got a very small area that you can read through. Look, I'm even doing the hand gestures. I couldn't see her. I'm imagining the hand gestures. Very small area you can read through. But there are ones that are better designed than that. They do cost more, but they will give you a much wider field of view, much more like what you naturally see when you read without your glasses on. So if you think varifocals are a great idea, they're the ones I'm going to give you. And if you insist on cheap ones, I will not sell you them. Okay, now I'm thinking, I need to find out who this is so I can steal her from my mate who I'm just going to practice with her. So before I got a chance to do that, she said, but you don't sound old enough to need them. She said, are you an active sort of person? I said, yeah, I guess I am. She says, well, what sort of sports do you play? I said, tennis. She said, oh, right, tennis. Well, tennis, varifocals will ruin your tennis game because when you throw the ball up, and I'm going, when you throw the ball up, you'll be looking through the wrong bit of the lens. Why don't you wear, do you wear contact lenses? No. Why ever not? They're so easy nowadays. I'll book you in for a free trial at the same time. How cool was that? Now, totally, as good as word perfect as I can make the story, who here believes that I was talking to either the manager, an Optom, a CLO, or a DO, something like that? Somebody who's been in the trade a while knows what they're talking about, yeah? Yeah? So I said, what's your name? She said, Kerry. So I wandered in and met Kerry about 2 hours later, pretended to be somebody else. She was 18 years old. She'd been in optics less than 12 months. But she had been trained by a genius, hadn't she, to use, not a script, a flowchart. Is that not better than, Michael does varifocals, but he's off, we'll phone you back? Web pages, Truss's talked about those a wee bit. Fantastic web page. Have you seen this? wearlenses.co.uk? So cool. If you've got a website, link to it. Drive your patients to it. It's a site designed by some people kind of close to our hearts today. It's all about what it's like to be a teenager wearing contact lenses. Is that not a neat idea or what? So, very quickly, as you take your own staff through this, as you use this as a test, you know, you could say, are we going to do this to the web page, the way we answer the phone? Do we have a bulldog sucking a wasp on the reception desk? Are we getting attention? 4 things to look at, the big attention grabbers, the real benefit. Why is it that people come to your practice? This is going to make your headline. Why is it that people come to you and not somewhere else? And here's the big clue, ladies and gentlemen. It's nothing to do with these or the contact lenses or the OCT. It's something else. But what is it? Where's that magic secret sauce that makes you who you are? Because that's why people come. Next, how are you unique and different from everybody else? If your staff can't tell you that answer in a heartbeat, work with them until they can. What's your massive value proposition? Regardless of what people are spending, they have to know that they are receiving value, don't we? Yes? I was in a client of mine not that long ago, which isn't actually very far from here, and I wandered in, I said, how are you doing? He said, I'm having a really great morning. And I said, go on then, tell me the numbers. He went, and he said, what? I said, how many tests? He went, 4. This is a great morning? He said, go on, ask me, you know. And I went, how much have you done on the 4 tests? And he went, £18,000. And he went, and 2 of them, STOs, site test onlys? 2 patients, 18 grand. Husband and wife wandered in, fresh off the plane from nowhere around here, and they spent 18 grand. And they spent 18 grand between them on spectacles. Here's the question. To do that, did they have to believe they were getting value, yes or no? So even massively expensive propositions still have to have great value in them. And reasons to believe, guarantees, testimonials, anything that reverses the risk. Where should the risk be in a transaction for a pair of spectacles? With the patient, the consumer, or the supplier, the opticians? Us, every single time. And yet, we know for a fact that a lot of people are reluctant to buy complex lenses and get into contact lenses because they think if it doesn't go right for me, it's going to cost me a lot of money. And I don't like complaining because I'm British. In fact, I'm terminally British. I won't even cough. Who here has a guarantee that reads something along the lines of, if for any reason you are slightly dissatisfied with your spectacles or whatever else we do, even if you just don't like my tie, you can come back and I'll give you your money back. 1, 2. From me, a big round of applause to those of you who do. Thank you very much. The rest of you, will you try it for a month? It won't cost you much to try it for a month. This is one of the big things I find in optics. Will you try it? Oh, no, 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 I've never done that before. You know, last person who tried that don't work here anymore. Try it for a month. 3 reasons why you should offer great guarantees. 1, people come back and tell you, particularly if you say, no quibble, no fuss, we'll smile and make sure you're still our friend at the end, something like that. They'll come back and they'll tell you. Do you not want those to come back so that you can fix it spectacularly for them and they become raving fans? 2, you find out what's wrong. You find out what you're not doing right, and therefore you get a chance to fix it. Your alternative is to wait 2.5 years when you send them a threatening letter to see if they turn up. A guy says to me, oh, my patients are really happy. I said, how do you know? Well, most of them come back. So you're prepared to wait 2.5 years from today to find out if what you're doing today worked? Not wise. Interest is the logical stuff. These are the things that you can do, why we can do it, and so on. Desire is the real reason why people buy. We will buy for emotional reasons and we will justify them logically. It's never the other way around. So fan the flames of desire by talking about what life will be like with the product. Not it's an aspheric multifocal, it's you're going to look great and you'll feel like you're 28 years old again. So it's the desire that actually makes people buy. And finally, specific, precise, accurate calls to action. I've had to rush through it horribly. So what I've done is I've created an 18-slide guide with tutor notes that can be downloaded from kudospba.com/resources. And if you go through that, have a read through the tutor notes that are at the bottom of the slides each time, and you can take your own teams through an AIDA workshop, and you can keep on reapplying it. If you apply the AIDA test, it means that you can have a really good look at every element of your business. Good idea? Yeah. Okay.